right, guys. How are we doing today?
Great.
Perfect. Who wants to make some money? Perfect. So for $10, who thinks could give me 20 push-ups? You were the first one. Let's go. One, two, three. Keep going, keep going, keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. There you go, brother. Quick cash. 50 push-ups for 20 bucks. Let's do it. You were quick, man. You're fast. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So that's that quick cash, guys. Quick money. And just out of curiosity, who feels like they can do 100 for 50? Oh, my boy. Let's go, G. Come on, man.
Been a while, man. Push-ups.
Let's do it, G. I trust you. Why don't you count out loud?
Let's go. Out loud?
Yeah, for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Loud, 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 loud.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Can't hear you.
8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. How many is that?
40. Keep going.
44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49.
Woo! Halfway. Let's go.
53, 54, 55, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70.
Let's go. You're close.
3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9.
Woo! Let's go. Keep going. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You didn't come this far to just get this far, bro.
Let's go.
Keep going.
Let's go.
Just get it in.
Let's go.
Just get it in.
10 more. 10 more. Let's go. 2. Let's go. 3. Let's go. Let's go. 4. Let's go. 5. Let's go. Let's go. Up. 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 Up.
110.
Up.
So close.
95, G. 95. Let's go. Ooh. Brother, that was good. That was good. That was good. Close. Close but no cigar. All right. So guys, now that I have your attention, there was an opportunity to get some quick cash here. Right? So a little bit about myself. My name is Brian Abarca. I am a personal trainer, both in person and online. I have ATMs, I have real estate, I have a podcast as well. And I will be starting a fitness mentorship program, okay? That being said, for personal training, I have made more than $250,000 in recurring revenue, both in person and online, okay? That's hard work. 13 years, it happens now automatically. All right, hopefully with some of the steps that I've come up with so I could educate you guys, hopefully you guys could do the same and maybe do double, triple that, okay? And that's only just one portion of what I do. All right, ATMs. I have ATMs all over the tri-state area, both in Jersey and in New York City, and that's recurring. I have systems in play where I'm not doing anything and it's making me money. Real estate, I ended up networking I found someone who I respect. There was a partnership, and based on that, we collaborated and we bought property together. Okay, and we're going to go into detail with that and what are the perks of that. And a podcast host. I have a podcast. I'm on my 4th season, starting up soon, and I utilize that to network with other entrepreneurs. Okay, so everything is going to make sense once I connect everything. And with the fitness mentorship program, that's something that I'm going to be starting, and I already have a wait list for. Okay, and I didn't even launch the product yet. I could teach you steps on how to utilize that and how to do that for your business. Cool?
Cool.
Great. By a show of hands, who's ever been fired from a job? That's good. Okay, so that's 4 of you guys. I've been fired from every single job that I've been in. All right, that's something that I was not proud of, and I realized that during a podcast when I was going through a nice little interview where I just had to go through a lot of my employers, and I was like, wait, hold on, I actually got fired from all my jobs. I'm a piece of shit, you know? But then I started kind of reflecting. I started realizing why I was getting let go, okay, and how I became the man that I am today. All right, so everyone stand up, please. And please sit down if this applies to you. Have you ever checked your bank account and you checked to make sure you are not in the red? You are not negative at some point in your life? I know I did. Oh, so I'm here with heavy hitters here. Everybody's fucking rich. God damn, okay, cool.
Check the account and it's negative?
Check the account. If it's negative, I'm like, damn, hopefully I didn't overdraft.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So most of you guys, all right, sit down. Now, I remember when I was on a date a few years back, and, you know, she wanted to get in a 5-star restaurant. I was like, all right, babe, like, let's go. And I paid, and I'm like, holy shit, my credit card's about to fucking reject, this and that. You know, everybody's been there, hopefully. And I had to go to the bathroom right before I ended up going to valet, and I had to double check, and I'm like, damn, I'm not in the red, thank God. Okay, it's been like that, all right? Go ahead, man. If you could go around, please. Around, thank you. And, you know, we could relate. All right, every man has been in a similar situation. Maybe not on the red, but maybe haven't really achieved their expectations or their goals or their projections, let's say, for example. Okay? So how did you figure it out? Now, there was 3 or 4 that are really, really good G's, but if anyone wants to share, how did you figure it out? Jose, you said you wanted to check if you were on overdraft. How did you figure it out?
How did I figure out how to get out of that situation?
Yeah.
I mean, I had to reflect on myself and understood that I put myself in that situation, right? It was a problem that I caused because of negligence. For whatever reason, I allowed this to happen, and then that negative momentum caught on, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Right? So then I had to take action and put myself in a situation where I wouldn't allow that to happen again.
Yeah.
So you had to create a plan, do whatever, you know, take action, and that's that.
And what's crazy is that he made a mistake and he learned because it never happened again. Does anyone else want to share a story? No, okay. I just shared mine. Jose just shared his. Now, who wants another stream of income? Great. Why not make extra money, right? Even if it's reoccurring, maybe you're not doing much to do that business, or maybe you just need to do a little bit. Maybe get the ball rolling for the first month, and then after that, you don't have to do much. You have systems in play where you have employees and they can end up doing things for you, and you're just collecting. Okay, another stream of income. It could be another job, or it could be a side business. No problem, and that's what I'm going to help you out with today. All right? All right, so what you're going to learn today are 3 main topics, okay? Mindset, which is extremely important. You need to have an entrepreneur mindset. And I put strategic thinking and pursuit of growth because part of growth is learning. And when you're learning, you're growing. Okay? And you need to be a little bit strategic or perspicacious, like our good friend usually says, to learn from those surroundings and mistakes and then capitalize on that. Business startup, creating your own business blueprint. Okay? And that comes with what's a product or a service? What's a problem you're trying to solve? Product or service. And then how do you scale that? How do you sell that? And then how do you mass produce it? Depending on how much side income you want. Maybe you want $10 a month. I don't know. Maybe you want 1,000. Maybe you want 10,000. Maybe you want 20,000. But you want these steps. And last thing is sales. How are you going to sell this product or service? You want to have something so irresistible that a customer or a client is going to be like, you know what? I'm going to be feeling like a stupid idiot if I don't buy this and I don't take advantage of this opportunity, regardless of what type of salesperson you are. You know what I mean? You could be a shark, or you could be a very nonchalant, conservative person, okay? Or you could be maybe in the middle and you just adapt to an environment. But that being said, you want to make sure that the service or the product you believe in and there's a problem and you can sell that. Okay? All right, so the mindset. The strategic thinking is extremely important, and the pursuit of growth is extremely important. Okay? I remember when I was growing up and how I got into entrepreneurship. I didn't know it was in my genes. My grandfather, started his own business back in Peru. He was poor. He had nothing. He was homeless. And he found a girlfriend who ended up being grandmother. And they started a business front in Peru. A small little store. It was a convenience store. And he capitalized from there. 50 years later, he ended up popping 8 kids. And everybody's making good money and they're successful. Okay? So that being said, when I was growing up, I didn't know that genetics was in me. And I had shitty jobs here and there. I played security and I was 130 pounds. Who the hell am I gonna fucking, you know what I mean? Me with a big ass head. So that being said, I started catching myself selling sneakers. How did I sell sneakers? So my mom, I love her to death, but she is extremely cheap, okay? And I went to a Catholic school my whole life, even though I grew up in Patterson. And she was a single mom. She busted her ass to really get me through there. And that being said, she would give me about $20 a week so that I can feed myself for lunch. Now, going to a Catholic school, each meal was about $7 or $8. So if you do the math, I'm only going to be eating for 3 days a week. All right? That's what it is. So what I thought is like, you know what? I'm not going to eat. I'm going to save this money. And every 2 months, I'm going to buy the latest Jordans, the latest sneakers. And I used to be a sneakerhead. I would get the rarest sneakers. I will sell them for profit, make money, and then go from there. That was literally my story in high school. I was a sneakerhead. I had all the Jordan 13s if you guys are sneakerheads. All of them. The OGs from 98. Okay? So that being said, I started getting into different ventures, and I honestly did not think I was going to become an entrepreneur. All right? But long story short, I ended up getting into fitness. I ended up getting into leasing, then ATMs, then all of a sudden real estate, and now I want to teach everybody what I learned because it took me 13 years of trial and error. And why not have a mentor to help you out so that you won't waste time? Okay? So seeing failures as learning opportunities, like for example, Jose's example was a really good one. He made a mistake. I've made mistakes. You learn from it. You only learn if you don't do it twice. I'm going to repeat that again. You only learn if you don't do the same mistakes twice. That's extremely important because if you do it 2 times, you did not learn. 3 times, and people have different spectrums of learning. Okay? And for professional growth, maybe you are satisfied with 6 figures. Maybe you're satisfied with a little over $250,000. Maybe you're satisfied with $500,000. Maybe you want to become a millionaire. But you want to know what your goal is, and then you can kind of make a web and go from there. That's extremely important. Business startup. Who here has their own business? All right, so most of you guys. Who here has more than one business? Okay, good. So most of you guys only have, you guys are only employers, or most of you guys only have one business? Want to have multiple? So the first things first, you want to find a niche. And a niche is a problem. What problem are you trying to solve? And it could be anything. When I ended up thinking about my problem that I'm trying to solve, I stumbled upon it, and it's all based on experiences. But Brian, I don't know where to start. You have to just start trying things, and then you start crossing things out. It's not going to be a waste of time. Okay? Now, a problem that you're trying to solve is extremely important because that's what you're going to try to sell. Okay? Then you come up with a business plan, which is basically a blueprint, and then how to deliver that sale and how to close. Okay? So these are 2 young ladies who, one obviously lost weight, and the other one actually gained weight. Okay? I identified my niche by trial and error. So when I started off as a personal trainer at a commercial gym, I didn't know what to focus on. I just wanted to make some money, get people fit, etc. So that being said, I started training a lot of clients. My turnaround was insane. I was working 60 hours a week. I was going to college full time. I was taking more than 20 credits. Yes, I'm a college graduate. And then based on that, I started identifying my niche. Now, I remember one person, a young lady, she came up to me and she was like, hey, I've noticed that you trained a lot of women. They feel very comfortable, which is extremely important, especially for us guys. And they were like, I saw this transformation. I want a Colombian ass too. So I was like, oh man, okay. So then all of a sudden, I started getting 5, 10, 15 clients who specifically wanted a Colombian booty. They didn't want to do surgery. So then that's how I became the booty doctor almost a decade ago. Yeah, they call me the booty doctor in the tri-state. Okay? Now, this is the main thing though. Just because I'm the booty doctor, that does not mean I cannot do this. Let me generalize it a little bit more so you can apply it to your own business or your own ideas. Just because I specialize in something, that does not mean I'm well-rounded in specific things, or that does not mean I cannot do other things. For example, if I was a surgeon that specializes in Brazilian butt lifts, okay? He went to medical school, he went to college, he went through biology, and he can diagnose a common cold, right? On the other hand, you have a general doctor who knows a little bit about everything, who maybe works at Riverside Medical Group, and you go in there and they're like, oh yeah, you have the flu, you have this. But does he specialize in anything? No, he doesn't. Okay, so even if they're both doctors, one has a niche, one doesn't, who are you going to go for if you want a Brazilian butt lift? The niche. You're a specialist. And you need to become a specialist so that you can start your own business. There needs to be a problem. Okay? And right here is extremely important. Like I said before, do not be afraid to try different niches. I changed my niches multiple times. Okay? I was a general fitness guy. Then I specialized on losing weight. Then I became the booty doctor. And I specifically only trained 18 to 24-year-olds. Now let's dive into that a little bit more, okay? So 18 to 24, maybe fresh out of high school, maybe she's in college. She's not making that much money. It did put my foot through the door. But then all of a sudden, my schedule started getting filled. And then I needed to make a decision. Okay, do I need to start denying people because there's only 24 hours in a day? Or do I raise my prices? I started raising my prices. Now, no disrespect to 18 and 24-year-olds, but you guys aren't making really good money. So if I'm raising my prices and the demand is there, but you cannot fulfill that demand, there's going to be an issue. Okay, so then I started adapting. I was like, you know what? Let me specialize in 24 to 35-year-olds. They're a little bit more established. They have a stable income. And then what happened? I started raising my prices even more because my schedule started getting filled. Okay? We need to adapt to our environments. Then what happens? I niche down even more. Okay, new moms. Why? Because usually postpartum, and bless all the moms out there, postpartum, they have a lack of confidence. They don't have the body that they had before. Okay? Usually, hopefully, they have a great household. There's stability there because why have a kid then if there's no stability? So I needed to adapt, and you know what? I can really niche down into, let's say, postpartum booty building. I'm still the booty doctor, but now my target audience are new moms. That does not mean I can't do this. That does not mean I can't train, little Jimmy who wants to become a bodybuilder, but this is my niche. Does that make sense? All right, so we found the problem. You want to establish what type of business you will open. And then you have to analyze whether there's going to be an expiration date or not. Okay? So let's get out of fitness for a little bit, and let's get into my ATM business. A lot of people for the past 10 years, they've been saying cash is going to die. You guys ever heard that? Yep. Show of hands. Yes? Okay. Cash is going to die. 30 years ago, cash was going to die. 50 years ago, cash was going to die. It's been trying to die. Even now, with what's going on in the world, cash is apparently going to die, especially with now crypto. Okay? But the world is still changing. And I'm trying to make some money now, not down the road. Okay? Now, if I want to sell that business, I can. Why? Because my face is not there. People could still want to buy ATMs. Why not? Okay? So there's no expiration date. Will it sell? That's extremely important. Because if you're selling the booty doctor, that's going to be very difficult to sell. If I'm not there. You know? All right, so how do you establish a business? Let's say we skip a few steps. You already found the problem that you wanted to start solving, and you want to start having some type of capital. Maybe your dilemma is very, very common in the US. You don't have too much money in the bank to start a business. Maybe you don't have an angel investor. Maybe you don't have a business partner. What are you going to do? Okay? So the first thing I did, and what I recommend most of my students to do, is start an LLC. Okay? An LLC is specifically only for liability, yes, but the whole goal here is to get something called an EIN number. And the EIN number is basically a social security number for your business. And with that number, you could go to any bank, even if your credit score is high or low, and you can open up a business account. Now, once you have a business account, you can do a lot of things. You can start tracking your expenses for your business, which is extremely important. You can't grow if there's no numbers to compare to. Okay? That's number one. Number two, what else you could do with a business account is open up a credit card. A credit card is extremely important because you're not utilizing your bank account, your own money that you worked so hard for. Blood, sweat, and tears. Whatever you do, you work so hard for the $5,000 that you have in your bank account, the $10,000, maybe $100,000. Maybe your parents have been telling you to save some money to buy some real estate. Okay, great. Why would you want to touch that money? Maybe it's in stocks. Maybe it's in crypto. Okay? Why would you want to touch that money? Why not use someone else's money? Okay? So you end up getting a business credit card. And it's very, very simple. You end up going to the bank. Hey, I have a business account, especially with you, and here's some sauce. If you open up a business account and you have it open for minimum 6 months, you're almost guaranteed you're going to have more than $5,000 of a limit for that credit card. Regardless if your credit score is shit. If it's 400, great. You have leverage because you've been with that Chase or Capital One for a very long time. That's some sauce. Not many people know that. Okay? Now, if you just go to a bank and you're just like, hey, I want to open up a credit card. Okay, do you have a business account? No. And then they're going to still give you a business account, but that cap is only going to be $1,000. Yeah, it's free money, but why limit yourself? You didn't even start yet. Okay? Sales. Sales is extremely important. So once you have that business account, once you have that capital, you can start investing it in specific things. Hopefully you have that plan and specific things that you want to kind of improve for that business. But how do you sell that business? How do you solve that problem, that niche that you came up with? Okay, the first thing is communication. Communication is extremely important. Why? Because if you cannot communicate the problem or the issue, there's no way you're going to sell. Okay? You have to learn how to speak, and it comes with reps. Just like the repetitions of the push-ups in this morning that you just did to make some money. It comes with reps. He did 95. He could have done 5 more, but unfortunately, maybe he's not doing push-ups every single day. Maybe he's doing it every other day, which is completely fine. You know what I'm saying? But it comes with reps, right? Relationships. And I say relationships because networking is extremely important, okay? We're here today so we could learn, but we're also here to network, to meet other business owners. How can you exchange value? Now, you cannot find an established entrepreneur or business owner and say, hey, I'll work for you for free. That business owner who's successful is going to smell you and say, he's just trying to extract. He's not providing value. You don't want that. Okay, you want to offer value, and then that value exchange is going to happen. Because that's what sales is. Sales is an exchange of trust. Simple, that's it, period. It's no numbers. It's a transaction, exchange of trust. You trust me, I trust you. Okay? So once you end up learning communication and practicing speaking to people, then you have the networking aspect. Since you can communicate, now you can speak to people. Now, since you can speak to people and meet other people, now you can maybe outsource. Now, this is very broad, but outsource meaning once you have the business established, then you have the liquid. Now it's kind of running. For example, like my ATMs, I have ATMs, I have systems. Now I can outsource people to maybe load up my cash and I don't have to do much. Now that's what makes it automated. I don't have to go to that place. I'm not wasting time. Time is extremely valuable. It's more extremely valuable than money. Okay? So, there's some salesmen in here. At a show of hands, who's the sales? Oh man, okay. Now, would you guys agree sales is important in life too?
Absolutely.
Do you guys think that you guys could sell?
You gonna ask me to sell a pen?
So Wolf of Wall Street, who would like to practice their sales? And again, we're here to learn. Okay, I'm going to put someone on the spot. Who wants to sell a Rolex? Who could sell a Rolex? Let's go, bro. So just for context, okay, this is a 1979 date. It's barked 18 karat gold.
Okay.
Okay?
first ever time holding a Rolex. All right, cool. So, Brian, what are you looking for today?
Actually, I came in here in this Rolex store looking for a watch.
A watch? Any particular reason why you walked into this store and, you know, not others?
To be honest, I end up meeting a lot of people, and I want to just make sure that I'm at the same status as that person.
Cool. So you want to, you know, have your watch as kind of like, you know, a status symbol to show that, you know, you're a successful guy and something that looks good as well?
Yeah, but not really too much out of my price range. You know, I don't want to get poor.
Okay, yeah. What's kind of your budget that you're looking at?
I don't know. I'm just kind of shopping around. I'm not sure yet.
Cool. So, are you looking for something that's more on the gold side or silver, white gold?
I think gold will be great
Gold.
because it will hold value, right?
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, what's great about these Rolexes is that, you know, when you purchase them, they, you know, maintain value and they appreciate in value as well, so that it is a good investment as well. Do you want to try it on and see how it looks on you?
Okay, is that the only option?
No, we've got other options out here, but I've got this right here, so might as well see with this one. And if you want something that's different based off this, we can go from there.
Great, perfect. Let me see this. Wow, it looks so beautiful. Wow, I like it. How much is this?
That's about $10,000.
$10,000. Wow, okay. And it looks pre-owned, which I kind of understand the price. Now, $10,000 is a little bit out of my price range.
Okay. What would be in your price range?
I don't know. Definitely less than 10,000.
Definitely less than 10,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So your goal, right, as a businessman, is to kind of showcase that, you know, authority and credibility that you have. Do you think that having a watch that is as prestigious as a Rolex will be able to do that for you and help you achieve that?
Yeah, but you know, if I can't afford getting into a restaurant or a club, then there's no point in getting the watch then, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Anyone else?
Payment plan.
Anyone else? All right, so my guy here did amazing. But the issue here was that, and again, we're trying to learn. I don't even know his name. He didn't introduce himself, number one. He doesn't know my name. He didn't establish relationships. Okay? He can communicate, but he didn't establish a relationship. There was no networking. He didn't ask me questions. It was surface level. Okay? So I literally gave you a layup. Yeah, I'm trying to rub elbows with, you know, higher set individuals. And then what? For what? What do you do for work? You know, what do you do for work? Oh, okay, cool. So since you're doing that, what type of people are you around? And if you're kind of thinking about it too much, you could just ask questions. Okay? And then if you have a price rebuttal, you can always offer a payment plan. But then on top of that, it's, you know, you can also always offer something else. You don't want to let a lead just walk away.
Yeah. Offer something cheaper.
Yeah, something cheaper. Why not? You know, you could always put down a down payment. Never take no for an answer. Okay?
That's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would think that price on a Rolex would be the most common objection, so you should know your common objections as a salesperson, whatever your niche is.
Definitely. The niche is extremely important. Thank you, Carl. So that's very important, but also you want to take a step back. Why would someone want to buy a Rolex? Who here knows why would someone want to buy a Rolex? What does Rolex represent? What's the brand of the Rolex?
Prestige.
Prestige, what else?
I'd say it's access to a network.
Access to network, what else?
That's like the door in.
Yeah. Who else?
Status,
Status, okay. But it's, what I'm looking for is, go ahead.
I was going to say self-reminder of your hard work.
Yeah, great. But you know, I could have an affirmation poster in my wall, and you know, I wake up and but the whole thing is, not many people have the Rolex. It's the exclusivity. Okay, not many people have a Rolex. Not many people have a silver Rolex. It's a gold Rolex. It's exclusive. If everybody had a Rolex, why would someone want a Rolex then? You know? Oh, so Brian, you want to be exclusive then? That's what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Why do you want to be exclusive? Oh, you know, I'm trying to propel myself in business. Okay, great. What type of business are you in? Right there, you establish a relationship. What's my occupation? Then from there, oh, where? Where do you end up training? Where do you have a gym? What else do you do? And then you start fishing for little pain points. And then when I give you a pain point, oh, why do you want to have your elbows rubbed against other people? Do you have other friends that are in lower status? Oh man, yeah, I do. Yeah, you know, I just want to surround myself with higher set individuals. Oh, you know, there's Rolex clubs, right? You know what I'm saying? All right, so this is a stat that really caught my attention. Okay? Why have a business? According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, 20% of new businesses fail during the first 2 years of being open. 45% during the first 5 years, and 65% during the first 10 years. That stat is insane. Why do you think this is?
I'd say lack of sales.
Lack of sales, maybe. What else?
Lack of funding, maybe?
Lack of funding. I just solved that issue, right? You can open up an LLC. What else?
Not being able to scale.
Maybe not being able to scale, yeah. It's all about systems though.
Wrong niche.
Maybe wrong niche, yeah. Networking though. Everybody has heard this. Your network is your net worth. All right. Currency is extremely important. Okay. How do you establish relationships? Because this sales pitch right here, there was no establishment of a relationship. I didn't feel the warm, fuzzy feeling in my stomach when I'm in a Rolex store. You know, that person is not so interested in the watch, they're interested in me. And then if I can't afford it, let's say, for example, I'll come back because he made me feel fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? Now, you either have time or money. And time and money go hand in hand. Okay, if you start a business, you have an idea, you have a problem, you're trying to solve that problem, and you're trying to establish this business, okay, you're either going to become successful by trial and error like I did, okay, and I could look at my 13 years in only personal training as a waste of time because I could have done it sooner, or I could have found a mentor, cut my 13 years to maybe a year or two of just head down, hard work, not going out, focusing, working 7 days a week. And that mentor ended up saving me time, which is money. So there's that currency. You're either going to waste time or spend money to start a business. You want to do the trial and error, or you want to mentor that arm over your shoulders and is going to guide you through sales, going to guide you through a business account, going to guide you through tax purposes, going to guide you through real estate, going to guide you to opening up a gym or a business or whatever the case may be. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
All right, guys. So you guys can ask me anything. I know we have a brief Q&A and we have a very, very long day, but I hope you guys learned. You guys made money, okay? And I'm open for Q&A if you guys have anything. Feel free. Go ahead, brother.
I have a question about your ATM business. How do you ensure that the people that are working for you are not stealing the cash? Because it's a cash-centered business.
Hold on. I'm trying to open up this. There you go. I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that again?
So how do you, because you have people working for you for ATM business and they're taking the cash out, how do you ensure that they're not stealing the money?
Oh, that's a good question. So with ATM, do you know how ATMs work?
Money in, money out.
Yeah, so I'm basically recycling my money. So basically, let's say I have an ATM and I put it here in this beautiful household and everything's cash based. Okay, it's a cash business. So let's say I put $10,000 in this ATM. Okay, it's connected to my business account. because my mentor is Brian and I'm learning. Someone comes in, they want to purchase a water. They go into the ATM, the surcharge is $3, okay? And let's say the water is exclusive from Fiji and it's $100. So you're getting charged $103. You receive $100 of my own cash. That $103 from that credit card or that debit card is transferred over to my account. So I just recycled physical cash for digital cash. And I just made $103. Now, to answer your question, now that everybody has context, is how do I trust my employees when they're loading cash, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's say that ATM has no more $10,000. I have physical cash, let's say a backpack. I'm in the hood. And I give the backpack to my employee. Hey man, or hey miss, you're gonna go to my ATM, put in the code, load it, press some buttons, leave, okay? At the end of the day, as the business owner, you're gonna be the person who's gonna be carrying the most. So you have to filter out the people who are not trustworthy and worthy, okay? So for example, when I started off my ATM business, you know, I had my girlfriend and my girlfriend's brother would go to the ATM together and load it up for me. And then I would have other systems because I trust them. Other people will end up loading the ATM for me. My friends, my family, I'll put someone on. Why not? You know what I mean? So that's why. I'm not, if I'm gonna hire Joe Schmo from Facebook or Craigslist, you know, it's gonna be tough.
So it's basically just like close family and friends that you have doing that kind of
Close family or friends, or if I'm gonna really filter someone, you know, someone that I at least met in person. For example, maybe one of my clients. I have very strong clients. They could go there physically. I'll say, hey man, I'll pay you XYZ to load up my ATM, and that's pretty much it. Good question. If you want to pass it, please. Thanks, bro.
We're doing likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is about offset for your ATMs.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking two things. Either they're in very good locations or people loading the machines need to carry.
Both.
Both?
Both. It's and or. So it's and or. So for example, ATMs number one is extremely dependent on location. Okay? If I put an ATM here, yes, I have a location, but nothing is sold here and nothing is cash based here. Okay? Now, if it's Weehawken or, you know what, not many people are, if it's a city bound with a high income area, people are gonna have credit cards, whether it's personal or business. Okay, so not many people need cash. So if you actually step back and think about it logically, okay, who needs cash, lower income or middle class? Okay, I'm gonna go to Main Street. I'm gonna go to Park Ave. I'm gonna go to Martin Luther King Drive. And I'm gonna put an ATM in one of those places. There's a lot of traffic in those streets. There's always people walking around. There's always bus stations there. There's always train stations there. People always need cash. So it's all about location. I didn't want to stress too much about that. So what did I do? I outsourced. I hired a location service. They found me a location service. I went on the phone. Hey, is this good? Okay, cool. Great. I ended up going there. I vouched. I sensed whether the place is good or not. I had a warm, fuzzy feeling. We established a relationship, and I put my ATM there for free. Any other questions? Go ahead, brother.
What kind of ROIs are you expecting to make on each ATM?
So each ATM is minimum $200. It's all dependent on location. So right now I am seeing about a range of $500 to $1,500.
That's pretty good.
$500 to $1,500 times that by 11 ATMs, and I have something that's automated that I'm not really doing much with. I'm just recycling my cash.
Got it. And you put like on average 10K per ATM or?
So that just comes from statistics. So I look at my back office. I see how often there is withdrawals or there's transactions. And then based on that, maybe my first location is a laundromat. There's always going to be people in laundromats, especially in the weekends. Another spot is maybe a barbershop. Barbershop includes Zelle, Venmo, Cash App. So yeah, I'm seeing maybe $300 there, but in the laundromat, I'm seeing $1,000. So because I'm seeing low ROI there, maybe I'll just put 5,000 or 2,000 in there. And then in my laundromat, since I'm seeing a huge turnaround and I don't want to drive to the Bronx an hour and a half in traffic, I'll put maybe 15K there. You know, and maybe that barbershop is just down the block. I don't mind swinging by and having one of my guys load it, or I'll load it. Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead, bro. If you want to just pass it.
Thank you. My question is, how often do you reload your ATM, depending like the busy ones versus the not so busy ones?
So again, it all depends on stats. So I look at my back office, I sit down, I look at all 11 ATMs. And if I look at my barbershop compared to my salon, and my barbershop usually has a high traffic in Harlem, I'm gonna see a lot of turnaround there and transactions there. So it could be once a month. And it depends on let me answer this question like this. It depends on how much money you have in the bank. Because if you only have, let's say, $5,000, you're gonna be spread extremely thin if you have 11 ATMs. So I would maybe start off with one, put 5,000 there, and let it flow. You'll see minimum $200 a month come in. It's still money. Times that by 12, that's $1,200.
Thank you.
So Brian, I have a question.
$2,400. Yeah, go ahead.
Sales, right? I want to get
Yeah.
back to sales a little bit. How has sales helped you in other aspects of your life? Because you mentioned that it could pour into other aspects of your life. So I'm curious as to how you use sales for other things besides just business.
I utilize sales every single day. So people look at sales as a business trait, and I look at it as a lifestyle trait. So if you have sales skills, you can communicate with your family if you want a message stated across. Maybe they've been making fun of you too often, and you're like, hey, listen, something stern, something with tone, and they know that you're not fucking around, and they'll stop. Something as simple as that in your household. You don't even need it outside the house. Or maybe outside the house. Maybe I'm on a date and I stutter every single time I open my mouth. Now, I could be extremely good looking, but if little Becky is talking to me on a 5-star restaurant and I can't even answer her first question, there's going to be an issue. I can't communicate there. I'm gone. So, and then on top of that, if I want to network and speak to other people who have business, and I want to expand my circle of friends or brothers, I need to learn how to communicate as well. Because if I can't establish my point across, or I can't share my experiences with business, then I have no value to offer. If there's no value to offer, then there's no trust. If there's no trust, there's no relationship. If there's no relationship, there's no transaction there. And sales is all about the transfer of trust.
Thank you.
Problem. Anyone else? Great. Guys, it was a pleasure. Oh, go ahead, bro. Yeah.
I'm curious. I know I didn't get too much of the background and whatnot, what you've done in fitness before. It sounds like your personal training for as well. So I'm curious, like, how did you make that transition from personal training to go like online with fitness and whatnot?
That's a good question. So I realized after working 60 plus hours a week that there's only 24 hours in a day. And I can be charging $50 a session. Even if I charge $150 a session, I'm still gonna be exhausted. And the quality of my product, AKA my service, AKA personal training, is gonna go down because I'm not 100%. If I'm waking up at 5 a.m. and I'm working straight through all the way until 11, my quality of training at 5 a.m. is not gonna be the same as 11 p.m. So that being said, I started realizing, okay, I need to shorten my hours throughout the day so I could increase my quality. I shortened my hours, I increased my prices, and then there was still a lot of influx. A lot of people like booty. So I'm in business. You know, all of a sudden, you know, Kim Kardashian got famous, and all of a sudden everybody wants a BBL. All of a sudden they want a booty. Okay, so since I'm the booty doctor, I thought, you know what? why am I limiting myself to maybe a pinpoint area in one gym or two gyms in the tri-state area? Why not help all the girls around the world and across the US for a big booty? So I manifested destiny, and I went from East Coast to West Coast, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, I need to go online. And you know what, I'm going to be honest with you, I was never an advocate for online coaching, because I thought, and I was like, you know what, maybe the quality of the training is going to go down, but it all comes down to who's behind the system. So I could just have a PDF, sell it to my clients, and it'll be $50 or $500 or $1,000. Or every single workout could be me specifically explaining all my workouts as if they were there with me with intricate details, and that's what makes my product phenomenal. So then with online coaching, I was like, you know what? This could give me a leeway to kind of step out of in-person training and maybe go into part-time. So that's how I transitioned. And how did I do that was I found a mentor. I don't know if you ever heard of Brandon Carter. So Brandon Carter, he's, King Keto on Instagram. So King Keto, I reached out to him. I went under his mentorship program. And based on that, he gives me the blueprints. He gave me the XYZs, how to dot my I's and cross my T's. And then from there, everything was just automated. Yeah. So the whole key here was I could trial and error, fail miserably, or until I became successful with trial and error, or I hired a mentor. And I established my business within a year. Online coaching, yeah.
So, I'm sorry. Everything you have online now, is that all just pre-recorded, or do you go on and on?
No, it's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
It's pre-recorded. So I'm not dependent. The only thing I'm dependent on is the accountability calls. Because again, for the fitness people out here, personal training, you could have the best training program, you could have the best diet plan, but people hire you for accountability. They don't hire you for anything else.
Right.
Just accountability. So I have accountability calls multiple times a week. It could be minimum 5 to 10 minutes, and I talk to them, and it's all about relationships. So I'm not calling them, give you some sauce, I'm not calling them to say, hey, how's the training program, how's the diet plan? Hey, how's work? Hey, how's the kids? Hey, how's your grandparents? Why is that? Did you guys learn something today? Why am I asking something personal? Network. But what is network? Establishing what? Trust, relationship. That's the key word. So I establish a relationship here. So they're not just my clients, they're my family. Cool, guys. Pleasure. Oh, go ahead, bro.
So you claim you have different niches like real estate, and
Yeah.
but you ever thought of expanding yourself, like expanding to do something else, maybe stocks, or I don't know, affiliate marketing, or anything at all?
Yeah, I'm doing both. But those sources of income are so automated and I don't really check my stocks every single day. That I have so many moving things going around that I'll maybe check once a year when I have to do my taxes, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm up. Oh shit, I'm down. But it's there. So yeah, I'm diversifying my income is extremely important. So even if you have one business and then you're diversifying in affiliate marketing or stocks, like you said, or even crypto, that's great. But at the end of the day, you still have one business.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the whole point of the business is just to kind of make extra streams of income and not use your own money, use someone else's money. All right, guys, go ahead.
We're not letting you off.
Yeah.
So, what's your system for allocating sitting money? That's just sitting and not doing anything. How do you take care of that?
Rolex.
So sometimes I just let it sit there. Or sometimes I will exchange it for something more expensive. For example, my car, my Aston Martin Vanquish. It's sitting there, thank you. It's sitting there, it still has value. It's not depreciating. Okay, if I sell it now, I'll get my loan back and I'll utilize that for, let's say, something a little higher end, like a Lamborghini, And then I just kind of stepped up with just having something that's just sitting there.
Right, so you just like level up. Basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. Cool, guys. It was a pleasure.
So, gentlemen, thank you, Brian, for a wonderful opening presentation. We are going to take actually an extended break. Our next speaker, David Balge, is waiting on his videographer who should be here about 20 minutes or so. So you have some time to get some refreshments. I'm actually going to go have one of those little cigars. Thank you, Zach, for bringing those. Restrooms right here, so you got some time. Definitely
that's
make
smooth.
sure that you get around and meet other